So this video is mainly for the younger viewers of mine, specifically younger men just like me. So just before we get into this video, my private community is in the link in the description. It's the Discord link. So I've been working on that. You can check that out. Anyways, I just got these. I ordered them and they just got here. These are MMA gloves. They're grappling gloves. And I saw these and I wanted to make a video about goals because I've been thinking about this recently and I have some important information to spread to the young people like me. So if you're young like me and you have ambitions or goals, even if you don't have ambitions or goals, like if your purpose or goals are in martial arts, just as an example, then you wouldn't really want to start a business. But just as an example to compare those two different things. But basically, what I wanted to talk about is, for me, a 13-year-old who's already got this business set up, the YouTube and then the private community, that's kind of my business. So to have this going and to be training for martial arts, because I think my purpose right now is to be an MMA fighter, along with a few other things. But just me now, I'm training to be in a professional MMA fight, or many professional MMA fights, as an MMA fighter, and building up this business. As a 13-year-old, in maybe 10 years, when I'm 23, I'll already have this business that I've been working on and been training to fight for about 10 years already. So to begin in like the professional world of MMA when I'm 18, that's already 5 years of training before that, compared to someone who started training at 16. So basically what this video is about is basically stressing to the younger people like me about getting into or building something up to achieve this goal in the future. Because by the time I'm 23, I would have been working on this business, this YouTube channel, for over 10 years, which would almost guarantee me to be making a certain amount of money, to have a certain amount of subscribers or average viewers on each video. And that's just really, really amazing to have worked on something for so long, since a very young age, which is the age I'm at now. And this is why I wanted to spread this message. For me to be so young, as an example, already training in MMA with, I train about, well, I used to, but I'm trying to recover. I'm having a lot of health issues, like injuries and stuff, but that's not the point. For me to be training about 9 martial arts lessons per week, as well as my own training in my own time and on the weekends. To be training like that, basically 9 times a week, every week for 10 years. Who knows how good I'll be in MMA? Who knows how far my business or YouTube will have gotten at that time. So this video is basically just to tell everyone who's young like me to take advantage of your age. I know right now I'm not going to become a millionaire. I know I'm not going to make thousands of dollars right now. But I do know in the future, 10 years down the line, I'll have this thing that I've been working on for so long, 10 years or more, or maybe a bit less. And just to have this thing to go to that I've been working so long and hard on is, I think, really important, and it sets you apart from the person that's just started training MMA, for example, to become an MMA fighter at like 18 years old. For me to be starting at 13 and them to be starting at 18, when we get in a fight or fight each other professionally, when we're both 20 years old, for example, he has 2 years, I have 7 years. So this can be for business, to be working on a business from 14, 13, 12, 15 to 24 or 25, just to when you might become independent and you might live on your own or something like that. Just to have this thing that you've been working on for so long, that will really set you apart from a lot of people. And that's what I'm doing now with many things. And I wanted to spread the message about setting really long-term goals. Like this MMA fighter goal of mine is from now in amateur young fights to the time I might retire from MMA. If I continue doing MMA, I might retire from MMA at like 46 years old, maybe older, maybe a bit younger, if I stick with it. But right now, that's my plan. And just to have this thing that if I retire at 43 years old, for example, I would have been working on MMA for 30 years. And then for the business, once I'm 53 years old, I would have had 40 years of building up this thing. So if you're young like me, take advantage of it. Use the years you have being taken care of. Most people that are my age are being taken care of by their parents, their brothers, siblings, and even other people. So to have most of my expenses covered by someone else, I have a lot of time and a lot of potential for the things I work on. So take advantage of that, no matter what it is. Start as soon as you can. It doesn't matter if, for example, if you want to build up a business, it doesn't matter if you're building this business up for 3 years. It doesn't matter if you're not going to want to build it up at that time. So you might move on, you might have a different interest, a different purpose 3 years later. But either way, you would have had something that you wanted to do and that you've been dedicating yourself to. And when the time comes that your purpose or interests switch, then you switch over and you work on that for as long as you can. So figure out what you want to do and use the potential and time that you have to fulfill this. It's a superpower. We have a lot of time to do what we want to and to achieve our goals, long-term goals.